Jerry Duggan, Javier Pina, and Z Carlos pit the X-Men against the Reavers as the villains manage to disrupt the team's missions, leaving only Polaris left standing between innocent people and the violent cyborgs. Jerry Duggan continues the Fearless storyline with a Polaris-focused issue that sees the woman take charge of the X-Men, quite literally at times, to battle the Reavers, while also going over in her mind why and how she is part of a team she didn't actually want to be part of. I did really like that Duggan tackled that one point head on, with Jean effectively changing Lorna's mind into joining the team at the Hellfire Gala, but unlike most of the stuff that comes from Krakoa, there wasn't some sinister ulterior motive to it. Jean knew that she wanted to join the team and changed her mind back to her original choice to prevent Lorna from self-sabotaging herself. It was an interesting place to explore, and I'm glad it wasn't yet another evil or shady thing that Krakoa did. From that, we see Lorna become a pretty great leader to the team, even though she isn't technically the leader and Cyclops is, but I like that she can step up if she needed to be the leader, something Jean saw in her and part of the reason why she is actually on the team. Ben Urich's story involving the world knowing of the resurrection protocols continues to heat up as well, with him getting ready to reveal it to the world and the X-Men left in kind of a tough spot of like what to do. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Krakoa ends up doing with this, since they don't obviously want people knowing they have cured death, since then everyone would want that. So I wouldn't be surprised if things get a little bit shady, as is the Krakoan way. Javier Pina and Z Carlos continue on as artists with more really great looking action, with Carlos handling the Hellfire Gala flashbacks, treating us to another great look at all of the fantastic costumes the characters had during that event, while Javier deals with all of the action with the Reavers and just makes it look just fantastic. X-Men issue 5 was a fantastic look into the mind of Polaris, the reluctant member of the X-Men, and where she fits in on the team and how she can, when needed, step up when the cards are down to become the leader the team desperately needs. I'm going to give this issue a 10 out of 10. X-Men issue 5 finds Sunfire battling Reavers in Mexico as the villains try and disrupt elections there. The Reavers, however, are prepared for the X-Men and Sunfire is the only one left standing. He goes to unleash his fire but is shot in the back of the neck by something as the Reavers call their team arrogant. Polaris awakens nearby, confused as to what hit her as she finds the unconscious Jean, her spilled coffee and broken glasses. Lorna puts her glasses back on, knowing while the villains took her team, spilled her flat white and busted her glasses, they also really pissed her off. Previously at the Hellfire Gala, Doctor Strange finds the mutants all telepathically voting for who will be in the new mutant team. Interesting, as Jean tells Polaris it's her turn to vote, with Lorna not wanting it to be her. Jean, however, changes her thought, making it so that Polaris says that she wants to be on the team. Lorna briefly sees Jean change her mind, but it's erased as Jean announces that she is on the new X-Men. The following Monday, Polaris sees to a nuclear meltdown, using her shields to protect herself from the radiation as the scientists tell her to remove all of the control rods and put them in a pile. Lorna gets to work, but there is suddenly a meltdown, forcing her to seal it away in a shield, finding it to be quite beautiful, like catching a lightning bug in a jar. The scientists wish they could see it, so Lorna brings it out to show them, reassuring them that it's not sticking around and they are safe. They know that this will need to be stored for thousands of years, but Lorna has a better idea, calling on Rogue, who later takes Lorna and the reactor towards the sun in the Proud Star. The heroes dump the reactor into the sun, where it harmlessly burns up into nothing. Rogue wonders if Lorna wants to talk about anything on their trip back, but Lorna reassures her that she's okay. The next day, the X-Men battle monsters, wondering if this was the conflict the High Evolutionary warned them of. Lorna finds a little dog-like creature, reassuring it that it's going to be okay as she spots a camera on its collar. Dr. Stasis is watching them through the camera, pressing a button that kills the animal. Wolverine thinks that Lorna did it, but she defends herself, telling her friend that she didn't do anything. In the present, Polaris confronts the Reavers, using her powers to reanimate the metal within Wolverine's unconscious body, not wanting to fight, but instead have the villains tell her who put them up to this while Wolverine cuts their weapons off them. She sends Wolverine out to attack the villains, cutting them up, but the Reavers refuse to give up their client, knowing their minds are shielded. One unleashes his bright eye blasts, thinking the X-Men would be tougher, wanting to see if Polaris can puppet her friend when she can't see. Lorna is blinded by the blast, saying that she actually underestimated the Reavers, knowing that they actually have brains in their heads. She reminds them that she has a brain as well, and it allows her to see not just with her eyes, but also the electromagnetic spectrum, allowing her to perfectly see the villains and the fillings in their teeth, which she begins ripping out, injuring the men greatly as Laura awakens, knowing the first Lorna killed that weird dog and now she's ripping people's teeth out, wanting Lorna to remind her not to piss her off. Lorna confronts the Reaver leader, telling them that their transgression will cost them more fillings. She takes the man's sunglasses to replace her own broken ones, as Laura knows that the Reavers were prepared this time, asking how long Lorna used her as a puppet, but Lorna defends her actions, knowing that she needed a hand in the battle. Laura understands but wants to know what happened when she was knocked out. She tells the recovering Cinch that they need to talk, as Cyclops tells the civilians that it's safe to come out and vote now. Jean sends the message out to the people around the city as Polaris asks to talk with Jean, since something is really bothering her. Lorna wants to know why back at the gala Jean changed her mind about her vote, since this is hard for her and she doesn't know if she was right for this. Jean says that she didn't lie, and it's true that Lorna did telepathically say she didn't want to be on the X-Men, but Jean also heard what the woman told herself before that, and she went with Lorna's first impulse, not the one where she talks herself out of succeeding. Lorna knows that Jean is right, hating that fact, and changing what she said is classic Jean. Jean knows that she needs the X-Men as much as the X-Men need Polaris. Back in New York, the X-Men partake in another of their new traditions, helping the homeless of the city, passing out food and other items as Scott meets with Ben Urich. Ben compliments the team on what they are doing for the people, but wants to walk with Scott and talk with him alone. Emma finds it cute the reporter thinks that some distance can keep her and Jean from their minds, as Jean knows that man is trouble. Jean agrees, wondering which man Jean is referring to. Ben meanwhile tells Scott that he has a story to tell, and Scott already knows this one, knowing Scott once went to space to fight aliens, but he didn't come back and he died up there. Ben wants to know if that happened, how is he still there? Dr. Stasis watches from a nearby apartment building as Ben says that it's not just Scott, since Nathan Summers' body has also been missing. He knows that this could be the biggest story in 2,000 years, and while he doesn't know how yet, but mutantdom has solved death. Scott stays silent as Ben says usually he doesn't waste ink on personal stuff, but this is monumental since it doesn't just give them a nation, it gives them dominion. Ben leaves the speechless Scott, telling him that he's not going to be writing his piece yet, wanting to give the mutant a day to think about it, and if he has any comment he wants to give for the story.